Hello everyone, my name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com, and these are the market positions for January the 21st, 2010. Our first trade for tonight, we're going to be looking at the financial sector SPDR-XLF. We can see here that we're definitely experiencing some volatility here as we're penetrating the 18-day predicted moving average from vantage point. However, we are closed above that at 1509. For tomorrow, we're going to be looking for buy positions off the predicted 18-day exponential moving average from vantage point at 1493. Now, what I'm going to do here is we're going to go into our daily report. We're going to double check the daily report to make sure that it coincides with our 18-day predicted moving average. The ETF's, of course, a little slower moving vehicle, but there's still some very good opportunity here. 1491 is our low. That coincides with our predicted 18-day moving average from vantage point. 1528 is our high. So we're going to be looking for about a 30 or 40 cent move for tomorrow, which is pretty decent for an ETF. Now we've got our neural index is turned negative. However, that move lower simply allows us to get into a better buy position. Stops in this particular case, we're going to have our stops on this trade below the 1450 area. I believe that this will hold. The financial sector spider will start to recover. We can see that we have this crossover from vantage point that's taken place approximately the beginning of the month. So we excuse me, we definitely have room for this to extend higher. So we're going to be looking for that move back in towards that 1540, 1550. But for tomorrow, again, we're going to be looking at a buy position 1493. Now, moving into our next, we're going to change gears here somewhat, and we're going to head into the stock markets. Now, for our second position tonight, we're going to be looking at the Liz Claiborne stock. We got a pretty decent move on that today. We can see that the low for the day was 522. The high for the day was 546. Not a lot of movement, probably 5-10% move for the day, but that's still very good. Now, our 18-day predicted moving average is at 554. We've closed at 537. We've got some volatility here. We can see the 8-day predicted moving average from vantage point is riding parallel to the predicted 18-day moving average from vantage point. However, again, in a move like this, we're experiencing some volatility. The equities were hit very hard today, but with the very, very strong US dollar. So again, the US dollar is likely to taper some of those gains tomorrow, and then this will give an opportunity for the Liz Claiborne stock to move higher. We're still looking for a move back above this $6 area. So for now, essentially anywhere above the $5 range on Liz Claiborne, we're going to be buying the stock. Now I am going to go in to the daily report just so everybody can see this. We want to match up our our predicted moving averages. We want to have a look at all of the neural index, very important in our trading. We can see that the neural index from vantage point remains positive. Now this is a very important factor for us to look at when we're dealing with a very tight range trade, the potential for a breakout higher or lower. We've had the one down day. We've got the predicted moving average crossovers having problems, suggesting that we may have more downside. However, again, the neural index in the 24-hour time frame is suggesting that this stock is going higher. 529 is going to be our entry point for tomorrow. 570 will be our target. That's a decent move. Remember, we're in small cap stocks here. In the small cap stocks, 50-cent move here. Percentage of value of the move is very good. So we're going to stick with that. 529, we're going to get in this again tomorrow. We've closed at 537, so we're likely to see a very small dip off the open. When we do, we want to buy this stock. Again, anywhere above the $5 is fine. So that's our second position for tonight. Now for our third position, we're going to move into the futures market here. Now, looking at our futures contract or the spot market, depending on how you want to trade this, we are going to look at the US dollar index. We can see that we have, again, another fresh crossover from vantage point, the 3-day crossing over the 8-day and the 18-day predicted moving average. This is a very good opportunity here, not just in the Forex market, but also in the spot market and the ETF market. There's a number of different ETFs out there that trade the US dollar index, the Bear Fund, Bull Fund, the UUP, very good fund. So what I'm forecasting, Vantage Point's forecasting here is further US dollar strength with the potential to break through this 78.50, 79 area. Shouldn't be too much problems. Now, again, when we have a crossover like this, when our peak at about the 78.60, this was just about a month ago. We see we've taken a corrective dip lower. Now we've got a fresh crossover from Vantage Point again. So for tomorrow, we're going to be looking very closely. 77.93 is our first level of support. We're going to be buying off that area. Any dip towards the 78 area, we're going to be buying the US dollar index via ETFs, via the spot market, wherever we can get in. Stops would be below 77.53. Actually, I would have stops particularly below the 76.42 area, but for now the immediate stops would be below the 77.53. So with only about a 40-cent difference there's some very good opportunity here. I expect a slight corrective dip. On that slight corrective dip, we can use that as a buying opportunity. That's why I'm using the 77.93. Now again, we're going to go into our daily report just to review it's always good to use the daily report, even though we're looking at the bigger picture here, slightly longer time frames, things of that nature. We still want to review it. So again, we've got the neural indexes turned up, 78.73. 78.03 is going to be our entry point for tomorrow. We can see here that our predicted differences are now turning positive. Our long term is still negative, which is a bit of a concern. I'll definitely point that out. However, I'm somewhat confident at this point that the US dollar is going to strengthen further, but we're going to have a little bit more, I think, of a quieter week after what we experienced yesterday. So again, 78.03 will be our entry point. Our target will be 78.73 for tomorrow. Your longer term traders can target the 79.50 area. So again, my name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com, and these are the market positions for January the 21st, 2010.